Okay, so... do I want to use the M8000? I think I do, actually. This has got 2 actions on it. That's not a rate of fire thing. That is 2 actions. Oh, I should have saved the burst from that other shotgun. Because I want to take first and burst off of that and put it on here. Now I'm going to have to take 2 actions off of this and just use the rifle. That's fine, though. I don't have enough super tools to do it the other way, because I would need to take I would need to take first, and I would need to take the stats. Burst I can get off other weapons elsewhere. Unless, actually, let's head back up to the 3rd floor real quick. I might be able to switch to my handgun right now with some creative tool use. That's the wrong door, Aya. That door is locked even if you have the Klomp key. That door there that leads to the center area is locked. And for a long time, I didn't know that that door led to the center area. I just assumed that the double doors both led into this room. But you can see the way the wall is shaped there, it doesn't. It leads, one goes to the central gallery, and one goes through these little History of Man rooms. So let's go upstairs again. Now that we can safely go up the stairs, everything's open, and I really didn't get lost that much. That's amazing to me. I more or less went through the museum without getting turned around. I did a couple of exploratory pokes, I guess we'll call them, here and there, you know. Just to confirm that my map was correct and to make sure that things were going the right way. But other than that, I didn't get turned around. I feel pretty good about that. Ow! Finally. Okay. Because I've got 1 super tool sitting back at the place. I think maybe I've got 2. Did I get 1 or 2? I don't remember now. This door is unlocked now. I can go this way. Up these stairs. To the second. This is where I want to be. Is it? Maybe? I think it is. We'll find out in a second here. Yeah, this is where I want to be, because this little room you can't get into without the Klomp key. Another scorpion. Screw you, buddy. So yeah, the rocket launcher, pretty underwhelming. I guess if you pump bonus points into it, but even then, you might as well put the bonus points in a gun. Because you can modify guns and take stats off other guns and give them all kinds of cool abilities, but rocket launchers are basically just pure damage. So I think this room... oh, it has another machine in it that we can... another trivia machine, now that the boss of the dungeon is dead. I think I can get into this room now. Or maybe I'm misremembering entirely because I'm terrible. We'll find out. We'll find out whether or not I'm terrible. But I think I'm okay. Put some med 3s back on my fat stack. No, I've got to break this somehow. I forget how. Oxygen increased in the air because of photosynthesis. Hooray, med 3. Okay. I think if we go upstairs, I'll be able to get into that room. And this is the room with the Triceratops, which leads to the last room of the dungeon, which goes up to the final cutscene of the dungeon, which I can't do yet, because I forgot a very important weapon mod. Oh my god, my brain is in scrambles right now. I focused so much attention on getting through this museum without getting horribly lost. That's right, this little earthquake, this little tremor that causes all the bones and stuff to rattle. That's what breaks the glass downstairs. So I'll be able to get back down there in a minute. So not only do you, if you haven't mapped it out, not only do you have to do a little bit of aimless wandering to find the Triceratops room, but you have to do a little more aimless wandering to find the Triceratops room again, so you can get back up. So I got the M93. That's also got 2 actions on it. Ooh, I could just take 2 actions off of that then, maybe, with a tool. Let me see here. Which has the higher base stats? The M8000. Now, let me explain the difference between 2 actions, which is what the 2-gun icon is, and the times 3 is rate of fire. Every attack gets 3 shots. The attack power is split up between those 3 shots. 2 actions gives you 2 actual actions to use in combat. So that's 2 full power shots, or I can shoot and use a Parasite spell if I want. Much, much, much more powerful. Let me finish grabbing this stuff. Then we're actually going to exit the museum, rather than go up and... Because if I go up to the cutscene, that starts triggering the endgame. That's the point of no return. I can't go back at that point no matter how much I want. So I actually want to go back to Wayne first, figure out which gun that I want for the endgame. And I think it's going to be one of these handguns with 2 actions on it. I think I've got enough super tools to really make it work. Yeah. And then whatever you get to keep in an X game, you get to keep 1 weapon and 1 armor that you specify. And you get to keep all of the items that are in your inventory. And that's it. You don't keep your levels, you don't keep your Parasite powers, you don't keep any stats that you spend bonus points in for Aya, which is only her 8. You can spend some to lower her AT gauge. Ah, yeah, this glass is broken now, we can get back in here. Or you can use it to increase your carrying capacity. CR Vest 2, I'll probably just throw that away, actually. Kind of got 1 tool in the inventory here. I might have another one back at the shop. In fact, I know I have a couple more back at the shop. I'm pretty sure, at least. Yeah, let's put the CR Vest 2. There's a super tool. Okay. Let's get the heck out of the museum here. Go back and see Wayne real quick. Do our end game modifications. Make sure everything is set for the end game, so we don't have to... So we don't get there and we're like, oh my god, we forgot to do this really important thing. That would be bad. In fact, let's check out this awesome attack spell that we just learned. Liberate. Let's try this on this little scorpion. Aya turns into an angel of destruction made of mitochondria nanomachines. She gets in 6 hits. All of these hits do way more damage than a rocket launcher. There's no point in using energy shot ever again. It takes the whole PE bar, it drains her completely, which leaves her stunned in battle for a couple seconds, just like energy shot does. Difference being, that does outrageous damage. So, to be perfectly honest, I'm just really not sure what the point of the rocket launcher is. You kind of don't need it, ever. Your basic gun with a crit can do almost as much damage. Where's the stairs down here? Hold on, what room am I in? They're up here, aren't they? Yeah, this is the room with stairs down. But yeah, a crit on your regular gun almost reaches the height of rocket launcher. You can't use energy shot when you have a rocket launcher equipped, and you get the rocket launcher in an optional area that is slightly harder, not longer, but slightly harder than the monsters in the actual storyline area at the same stage of the game. So there's an excellent chance you won't even have the rocket launcher at all during your first play if you don't discover the warehouse. So yeah, I'm really not sure what the point of the rocket launcher is. I know there are stronger rocket launchers you can get later in the game, but just I don't use them. I thought I would use it this time against the T-Rex, see what all the fuss was about, but hey, it didn't work. It didn't work, and I'll admit when I'm wrong. Look at this cute little bunny rabbit that's stuck in the ground. He looks like he's been charbroiled, which is just wrong. You're not supposed to charbroil a rabbit unless you shave it and skin it first. Alright, so we outie. Parasite Eve is cool enough to actually let you go back out to the hub world and do some last-minute excursions before heading off to the end game. Give us some downtime after processing everything that happened. Clomp burning alive, and Eve being pregnant, and all these things with liver culture cells, and rocket launchers being awful, and I can hardly handle it. My poor heart can't take anymore. So we gotta go kick our heels up back to precinct for a minute. And let me see what I want to do with these 3 guns, because if ideally I'd want to take burst, first attack, and the stats off of the rifle that I have, and put them on one of those handguns with 2 actions. So I need 2 super tools to remove the 2 effects that are good. Acid is less important. I'm not so worried about having acid. So let's just take a look here, then. Let's sort. First thing I will do, we'll stick the clomp key over here. How many tools do we have? We have a super tool. We're going to need one of these mod permits. The warehouse key I can move over here. So to play with, I've got 2 tools and 2 super tools. And a mod permit. Okay, can I do what I want to do with what I have? Let's take a look. Okay, so the G3A3, we want to take first attack and burst and the stats. So it needs a super, and a tool to do that. There's the M8000 that has 2 actions. The M93, it kind of doesn't matter. These 2 guns are... Oh, you know what, though? I don't want to use the M93 because it has that rate of fire 3. We want to use the M8000. So we're going to move first and burst over, and then we need to mod the M8000 so it has a 4th slot. Actually, no, we don't. Because we're not moving acid over. Okay. So let's go ahead and... Nope, not that one. M8000, G3A3. Take burst, use a super tool to make sure the G3A3 doesn't explode. We've moved burst over to the M8000. Okay, we're going to do that again with first. Use a super tool. I was very, very careful that my control stick snapping didn't screw me right there. Don't worry, guys. Now, I don't have any more supers, but I'm going to move all these stats over. We're going to lose the acid, but that'll be okay. So the G3A3 is kaput. And yeah, we should be good now. So with the last tool that I have, we'll just take the bonuses off of this. Actually, since I'm going to be wearing that armor when I go through X game, let's go ahead and mod that armor. Tune-up weapon. I can't tune up the armor. I can't put another slot on it. That's okay then. We'll just take the stats. The stats are good enough for me. From the Cur Protector, from the Civ Protector. I don't have anywhere to move this item capacity by 1. Not a big deal anyway, so we'll take that. And alright, we should be good now. Now I got this M8000 with huge stats, almost like well over double what it comes with. Cool. I like it. Like it a lot. Oh, I know what else I was going to do. To free up some more inventory space. Not that I think I'll need it, but we're going to store... You don't keep the items in your inventory. You keep the items that you give to Wayne. That's right. So we're going to move this over. We're going to put the mod permit back where it was. We're going to... That's good. I think we're good. Inventory looks good. Oh, wait, nope, I still didn't move the items I wanted to move over. What am I doing? Brickroad, you're wasting everybody's time with crappy inventory management. This is why I don't like to Let's Play RPGs, guys. We're going to move the rocket launcher over. Because we don't need it. It's terrible. And we can't move the rocket crate, so that just sits in the inventory forever. There's nothing we can do about it. So in future games, I probably won't even pick up the rocket launcher because it puts a rocket crate in your inventory that you can never get rid of. Okay, that's good for now. I'm going to go upstairs and save, put a pin in the museum. I mean, if that's okay with you guys. I don't know what your stance is on pins. Pin is a boss in The Binding of Isaac that hits me way, way more often than he should. And I'm not really sure why. I'm just a terrible man. A terrible, terrible man. Hello, telephone. We'll call Ness's dad real quick. I'll make sure to save in my dead slot, which is this one. Just in case this recording botches. Which... hasn't happened yet, thank goodness, but OBS, you know, you probably don't. You don't know what OBS is. OBS.